Live on tape from the Hangar Performing Arts Center in Parsons, Tennessee, it's the Toby Show, starring Toby T. Taylor. Tonight's guests, Dotty Hill, David Taylor, and Mayor Tim David Boaz. And I'm Mark Tubbs. Now welcome to the stage, a man who first experienced culture shock when he peed on an electric fence, Toby T. Taylor.
Hey! Sorry about that. Sorry about that. I just came out of the outhouse. Well, howdy, y'all! Howdy!
Man, it tastes bad.
Yeah. Yeah. Don't put it directly into your bodies. Ah. Well, running short on the corona jokes. Scientists have discovered that there are two factors that determine the spread of coronavirus in any area.
Really?
Yeah. The first one is the density of the population.
Uh-huh.
And the second one is the density of the population. That's what they discovered. Scientists, yeah. You know, the scientists, you know what they told us? They told us, don't cough into your hand and shake hands because that spreads it.
Right.
So instead, what we do is we cough into our elbow and then we bump elbows.
Instead of shaking hands.
I think something went wrong there. They should have thought this through a little bit better.
Yeah, exactly. Well, now, Toby, why do they call it a novel coronavirus?
Oh, well, it's a long story. That's no jokes. Play me around to the desk. I just figured out something.
What's that?
Well, 2020 has been a bad year. And I think it's because we've been looking at it wrong. 2020?
Uh-huh.
2020? See, if you turn it this way. 2020. No. Yeah, so, you hear that?
Yeah, what is that?
Is that? I think that's my can. Hello?
Hello?
Hello? Who is this?
Hello?
Hello? Can you hear me? Who is this?
This is Mickey Lacey.
Mickey Lacey? How'd you get my number?
Boy, I tell you, I thought for a while I was going to have to start sending out smoke signals.
No, it's the can on the string. That's how you get me.
Oh, I should have known.
What kind of can you got? I got cream. I got cream corn. We're doing good. Are you? Mark's over here.
Hey, Mickey.
Oh, Marcus.
Good to hear you.
It's good to be able to be heard.
Well, how you doing out there in Arkansas?
Well, running around with masks, and a lot of people say it's better that we keep them on all the time, pandemic or not.
Yeah.
I'm really enjoying y'all's show.
Oh, you've been watching the show?
Yeah.
What do you think?
Well, hell, everybody is.
Everybody out in Arkansas is watching it?
Well, yeah, everybody that mounts anything.
I sure appreciate you watching it. And you say you enjoy it?
Oh, yeah. I enjoy seeing the kids that used to be younger.
Me.
They all look real good, though. They really do. Good to see those faces.
Oh, I tell you what, this has been an uplifting experience getting to see all these folks again after such a long time.
I'm sure it is for you guys.
We sure miss being under that tent, though.
Yeah, don't we all? I remember the first time I came down there to catch the show. I got there early, and I just lifted up one of the side walls and went inside and sat back in a chair and just enjoyed smelling the canvas.
Oh boy, it's a distinctive smell, ain't it?
It really is.
You know what's funny? My daughter, she's been out here since she was itty bitty, and
Oh, I know. I remember well.
she never smelled the canvas. All she knows is that vinyl. And I remember when we got that vinyl, I thought, oh man, this just don't smell like Toby show. And she told me the other day that she was thinking about the Toby show, and she says, I miss the smell of the Toby show. So maybe it's more than just the canvas or the vinyl. You think so?
Well, maybe she got close to the sidewalls. I don't know. But that was sweet of her to even think about that, you know?
Oh, she misses it. She loves it. It's in her bones. She was practically born on the show like you. Tell us about your Toby experience.
Well, like you say, I was born in the business, and as well as my sister first. When she was a baby, she slept in Mom's wardrobe truck drawers during the show.
Uh-huh.
And after I was born, I got to sleep in the drawer in her wardrobe truck during the show.
Well,
but I had a lot of great memories.
And how many years did you spend under canvas?
22 years.
Goodness gracious, 22 years.
22 years. And I was booked to go back out on I was booked during the winter to go back on Bisbee's Comedians. So that winter, when it was getting closer to spring, a friend of mine and I, we rented a U-Haul trailer and took off out of Springfield, Missouri, which is where I always lived, winter quartered, to head back to Iowa to pick up my wardrobe truck and bring it back. Well, on the way up, about 5 or 6 miles outside of Sedalia, Missouri, it was raining real hard, and I got in the back seat to go to sleep and let him drive. And through no fault of his own, we were going around a curve, and that trailer got sideways with him. And make a long story short, we rolled the car over about a 20-foot embankment.
Ooh.
And I got, my face was cut up pretty bad at the time. And I just made a decision about a week later that there's no way I could cover that even with makeup on stage. So I had to call Billy Schultz at Bisbee's, and I had to give him my notice that I couldn't join.
Oh,
and so that was the last year I trooped.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, lucky for you, Mickey, chicks dig scars.
So, how long have you guys been doing the show down there?
Well, this would be our 14th year of doing the show under the tent.
I was thinking that because I think I came in probably the 11th or 12th year you were doing it, and every year after that I always showed up.
Yeah.
Just to smell it.
Oh man! And let me tell you, Mickey, you showing up is the high point of our year every year.
Yes.
We love it when you come. We love having you around. We love learning from you and listening to your stories. You have taught us so much, and we are so blessed and thankful to have you in our lives.
Well, that's awful sweet of you to say. I appreciate that very much.
It's heartfelt.
Yes.
We love you, and we're so glad to have you around. And hopefully this time next year, you'll be over there at the Deerfield Inn. Hello? Hello? Oh, no. We have lost Mickey. Well, I'm sure glad we got to talk to him when we did, though.
I am too. I love it when Mickey comes down to be with us. And I really enjoyed the 2 years that Toby Dick Ellis got to come and visit as well.
Mm-hmm. When Mickey was here with Toby Dick Ellis, they did some funny stuff. In fact, we got that bit.
Mm-hmm.
Let's show it right now.
Now this next little number that I'm going to do here, I started, I was, what are you doing?
Hi.
Hello. What are you doing?
I'm writing down names of people I can whip.
You're writing down names of people you can whip?
Yeah.
Well, that's quite a list you got there.
We're working on it. These are people I can whip.
Well, wait a minute, Toby Dick. You got my name down there.
Make sure that's your name. That's all people I can whip.
What are you doing with my name down there?
I told you this is a list of people I can whip. What more do you need to know?
Toby, you can't whip me.
You're on the list.
I don't care if my name's on that list. You can't whip me.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I said you can't whip me.
Just for that, I'm gonna take you off the list.
Oh, man. We ain't never going to be half as funny as them fellas.
No, not even if we live to be their age.
Oh, yeah.
No.
Yeah. Man, it was good to talk to Mickey, though.
Sure was.
I'm glad he called in. And plus, he filled up all that time that we normally use to jibber jabber.
Good for him.
You know what, though? Tonight, we've been saving the best for last. Who we got coming out here?
We've got Dotty Hill and David Taylor.
My goodness. For the whole show?
A whole show.
Oh,
Well,
wait.
We got Mayor Tim David.
Oh, yeah, we got to squeeze Mayor Boaz in.
Yeah. He's
All
still
right.
waiting.
Yeah, well, we'll leave enough time for him because it's only two people to interview. Normally,
Piece
there's
of cake.
too many
with
people.
him.
Oh, yeah, it won't be a problem.
No.
Well, I'm looking forward to seeing David and Dotty.
Me too.
Well, let's cut this confab short and get to it. What do you say?
Let's do it.
Play us to the break. Don't you go nowhere. We'll be right back.
Tennessee Arts Commission. Tennessee Arts Commission. Tennessee Arts Commission.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is what you all been waiting for. The whole thing has led to this. Coming to the stage right now, it's who we all been waiting for. You know it. Put your hands together for Mr. David Taylor and Miss Dotty Hill. They love you. They love you. David and Dotty.
My God, I'll never get off this couch. That's how I came off.
That was always one of my favorite parts of being in a Toby show with you, was getting you to sit down and stand up.
I didn't enjoy it at all.
How are y'all doing?
Good, good. What about you?
Doing good, doing good. I hadn't seen y'all. David, I saw you months ago, but Dotty, I hadn't seen you since you had your grandbaby.
I've been enjoying her.
Tell me about your grandbaby.
She's the most beautiful baby in the world.
Yeah? What's her name?
She's really smart too.
Is
Gemma.
Gemma.
Yeah.
How you spell that?
Jimma.
That's an unusual name.
Well, her two granddaddies and her daddy and everybody's Jimmy, so.
I like it. Well, the A is a feminine ending.
I tried to get them to name her after me, Dorothy, but they just didn't seem to like that name.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, you know, nobody can follow Dorothy. I know.
Big shoes.
That's right. That's right. So, David, then that would be your great niece?
That's right.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Do you spend any time with her, or they keep you away?
Yeah, I spend time with her. She is the most beautiful child you'll ever see. She takes after her side of the family.
Well, those youngins, that's what's important, ain't it?
Yeah.
That's what it all leads to. That's why we're here, is to bring up a generation better than us.
That's it, or at least try to.
That's right. That's right. So, Dotty, are you not working anymore? Did you retire? Are you full-time babysitter?
I'm a full-time nanny.
How you like it?
I love it.
Yeah?
Love it.
And you keep her all the time?
Well, pretty much when her mama works.
Yeah. And David, now you're retired too. How are you feeling your days?
Well,
sleeping and
I
watching
watch my
Gunsmoke.
loved ones. I love Miss Kitty, Doc Adams, Matt Dillon, Festus. I spend the day with my loved ones.
You're using your time constructively.
Right.
Well, doggone it, I sure have missed you guys. It's been
We
too long.
missed you. Oh, yeah.
We have had some good times on the Toby stage.
Yes, we have.
Now, you guys have had so many memorable roles. Can you even list them? Do you even remember?
Not all of them.
Some of them we try not to.
Now I know. Well, let's start from the beginning, because until this past year, you and Mark and Alicia were in every one of the Toby shows. Y'all didn't miss one. And even though I know there were times you didn't want to, y'all were in it anyway. Now, that first year, y'all kind of got hornswoggled, didn't you, into getting into it? Tell me about that.
I think Alicia was the only one that showed up for the audition.
She was.
Then she drug me in it somehow, and then I drug Mark and Dotty in it somehow.
Screaming and kicking.
Yeah. And that's how it come about.
And that first year we did, we were going to do one show. We ended up doing another. Do y'all remember that?
That's been
I
too
remember
long.
the How Now Brown Cow or White Cow
How
or
Now
something.
White Cow is what
okay.
we ended up doing. But remember, we were going to do the Return of Aunt Susan that year.
Okay, yeah.
You remember that? Trying to learn the Return of Aunt Susan? We had a rehearsal where we worked like 4 hours on stage left.
And you
stage
just
right.
give up on us. We didn't even know our left from our right.
I figured we needed another year of training before we got. So we ended up doing How Now White Cow.
And you still a nervous wreck.
And rightfully so.
Yes.
We've talked about that already in the series, but we never did a full run through of that show before we opened.
Mm-mm.
I was so scared I don't even remember.
You were scared?
Yeah.
You were nervous?
Yeah.
It was a big crowd of people, wasn't
I
it?
know, and I'm a very shy person. Or used to be. I used to wouldn't have done that for anything.
You gotta be kidding me.
No.
Was she shy, David?
No. I was told to get up on stage in front of somebody. I was.
But David, I don't think I fully grasped the depths of David's talents that first year. I had him sitting up there beating on a pan for the whole show.
I don't even remember the first.
What? You don't remember it all?
Not much.
Have
No.
you had some head injuries since then?
Well,
See, we both
what'd
turned
you ask
40.
me?
Huh?
What'd you ask me?
Have you had some head injuries? I see what he did there.
We both turned 40 this past year, so our minds getting a little foggy.
Oh, do what now?
We both turned 40 this past year.
40. Oh,
Yeah, we're in the 40s, so our minds got a little foggy.
She's older than me, so I'm 40. She's 41.
Well, you don't look a day over.
Watch it.
I remember one of my favorite David stories. It may not have been the first year, it may have been the second year, but I remember you came in and you were mad as fire because you went through the Hardee's. You went to Hardee's to get something to eat, and some girl offered you a senior discount.
Oh.
And you said, "How old do you think I am?" You remember that?
Yes, I do.
How old were you at the time?
No more for a senior, ain't they? Well, it was during one of those early runs when he got his hair cut down there. And Coy
Oh, yeah.
and his wife, David, come to the tent. He was mad then because said Coy's wife wanted to know, are you going to go get your commodities today?
Yeah.
Because I'm 65.
Oh. But the good thing about looking old young is now that you've gotten older, you still look the same.
That's the truth. Now, that's the reason I'm growing this beard. If all else fails, I can always go be Santa Claus.
Not this year. Ain't going to be no kids getting in Santa's lap this year at the mall. Now, do you guys get recognized a lot out and about? Did you before? Did you know a lot of people? No.
I was it Nashville or Memphis? And some guy come up to me at Cracker Barrel and said, "You do the Toby show, don't you?" And I said, "Yeah." He says, "My mama sends me tickets."
You got recognized in Nashville.
Yeah. It was Nashville or Memphis one. I'm not sure which one it was.
That's awesome. That's a good story.
Hey, I mean, look at me. It ain't many people look like me.
Thank God.
What about you, David? You get recognized all the time?
Most of the time, yeah.
Yeah. Everybody knows you?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. Was
But they did anyway before we
They
started.
did before, so it didn't matter. Now, you two, I guess the people at home know, y'all are brother and sister. That's why we're not distancing y'all. We're not getting the Harold in between y'all. Y'all rode here together.
Yeah.
Y'all are brother and sister. But, and I've heard, now y'all are two funny individuals. I bet growing up in your household was a hoot.
It was.
Do you have any stories you can tell that we can put on TV?
Not let people look at it now or hear it.
I've heard some of your stories. You know, I know my dad, when he was a kid, they would play outside and shoot at each other with BB guns. Y'all used 22s, didn't you?
Yeah.
I had 5 brothers,
Oh, my goodness.
no sisters.
Yeah.
They'd hide behind trees, on the back porch, everywhere, and wait for me to come right out in the center, and they'd cut loose shooting me with BB guns.
One of us would run and cut her off from the house when she couldn't get to the house.
It's like your personal Vietnam.
Yeah, really.
Now, that's just mean, David. Why would y'all do that?
That wasn't mean.
That wasn't mean.
We hadn't loved her, we wouldn't have done it. We wouldn't have shot her.
They got an old lawnmower. They got an old lawnmower one day, and I don't know how you do it, but anyway, they done something where the spark plug and stuff was still shocky. So they told me to hold this screwdriver or wire pliers or something on it while they cranked it. And they cranked it, knocked my arm back. They went to laughing at me, so I just picked it up and done it. I don't know how many times after that, just to show them it didn't faze me. But it was shocking me every time.
Oh, she's going to be really good at one of these games. Yeah.
She walked around like this for a long time.
Did it change your personality? She started looking around for that laugh every time.
Well, it sounds like it's sitting right here.
Who is the funniest Taylor?
I am.
You ain't a Taylor, you're a Hale.
She's the Taylor.
I was Taylor first. I got the blood.
Uh-huh.
And Tubbs, Taylor.
So Toby shows. All right. So first we did How Now White Cow, and you played bipolar Sweet Susie.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Everybody says I'm natural at it.
And then we did The Return of Aunt Susan, and you were Aunt Susan. Well, there's our,
Right there.
yeah, there's your Aunt Susan picture right there. And David, you were the
Jerry.
Jerry, the gardener,
Mm-hmm.
and your favorite flower was just one time.
Rhododendron.
Rhododendrons. It took a lot of work to get to rhododendrons. Rhododendron. Oh me. And then the next year, let me see. The next year we did Lead Petunia.
Mm-hmm.
The only idea I had, the idea that compelled me to write that show was having David play Weezer. That's all I had when I started, was getting David up there to play Weezer. Although in our show you became Sneezer.
Oh, Lord. Sneezer. Get out of my way. You've been asleep under there for over an hour. One of these days you're going to wake up bald.
Oh, don't you worry none. Us Thibodeau gals come from a good start. We were all born with beautiful heads of hair, and we'll go to meet our Maker the same way.
Well, I don't know about beautiful, but you have single-handedly increased my comb budget.
I'll have you know, my hair is a prized possession. Don't you remember that time I had it cut off and donated to that charity Locks for Bald Children? My hair gave some poor homely child some dignity.
Yeah, until the poor little thing was struck by lightning because her wig was so wiry.
Well, I never.
No, and you probably won't either.
Now I don't remember you ever complaining about having to play Weezer.
I did that one night when I liked to pass out.
Oh yeah, we had to get you a fan. Yeah,
Yeah.
I remember that. Do you remember that, Dotty? The show started. Remember our whole ad campaign, and so the whole beginning of the play, David was sitting upright in a hairdryer, facing the corner, just like that, and he's just sitting in the corner.
When I come up to you after that, he said, "You said you fixing to pass out?"
You look like you
I
were.
thought I was going to pass out.
We bought you a fan, and
I was soaking wet. You know, sweat was dripping off my fingers. I got so hot.
I went to Walmart the
You're
next
not
day.
supposed to be rubbing your face.
Oh yeah.
Children, do not do that.
I do it all the time. Anybody's watched this show, I pick my nose through this thing so many times.
That's the worst it's ever been for me.
Oh, the heat?
Well, that night, the worst experience I've had doing the show.
Blowing
Yeah.
your teeth out wasn't worse.
No. No.
Now, Mark found that video. Let's show that video right now.
You pushed me in front of that car!
You come back.
And then the next year was when I moved here.
Yeah, we did Broke.
And we did Broke with the Wind. And there's your poster right back there. That is my favorite piece of artwork ever is that poster right there.
I really enjoyed that show.
Oh, that was such a good show.
That was my favorite one.
You know, I say, well, I'll come back to that in a minute because I remember a story about that.
That was the one I liked to broke down.
I remember during Tech Week, one of the final dress rehearsals, I heard you mutter as we were going off stage, well, I'm never doing this again. Because, no, we gave you a load, man. You had so many lines, and you had to carry that show. You were on there right at the beginning. Remember all that business right at the beginning when the curtains opened? And we had music playing, and you were going around dusting. Do you remember all that? Oh, it was hilarious. And then finally, after the music would stop, you'd sit down and go, Chrissy!
Chrissy! It's Chris. Yeah, whatever. Chrissy, we're going to have a very special guest next week. Oh, yes, it's so exciting! Whoa, yeah, Chrissy, tell me! Never mind that. There's much to be done. You need to sweep all the floors, dust all the furniture, and clean all the dishes.
Oh, no, Miss Scarlett. I don't like doing all that. And besides, I just did it at Christmas. It's fine.
No, Chrissy, you must do it again. And I want you to make me a new dress.
But Miss Scarlett, I can't. We're going to use up all the curtains.
That was what I was afraid I wasn't going to get through. Whew.
Oh, it was hard. It was hard. You know,
but I enjoyed it. It was my favorite one.
But you two playing Rhett and Scarlett, I mean, just the whole image is just hilarious.
Yeah, I didn't want to do it to begin with because we were brother and sister and we were supposed to act like we was boyfriend and girlfriend. No, I'm not doing that.
But since then, I make y'all do that like every time you
And then when David came in, remember?
Oh man, David's entrance in that show. I will never forget when he walked into the door. I've never seen the fella get so many laughs just walking into a room with that back.
Yes, you have.
But you would get such big laughs just by walking in. I mean, oh, there's a great scene in that where David comes up behind you and he's like doing this and.
Hey, what the fiddly dee are you doing here?
I thought enough time would have passed that you would have forgotten about that wooden-headed Mr. Wilkes. But I see once again I was mistaken. So I guess I'm going to have to forcibly remove him from your mind forever. We're going upstairs.
What do you think you're doing?
Oh, I think you know what I'm doing. I'm going to take you upstairs and erase ashes from your mind. You want to go upstairs?
But the next year after that was
2012.
Oh, that was Driving Miss Crazy.
Yep.
Yeah, Driving Miss Crazy, and y'all played
Turner and Hooch.
Turner and Hooch. That's right. There was a joke in there about because y'all called yourselves Turnerofsky and Hutchinson, and I said those are funny names. And David or Dotty said, "Oh, we're of Polish descent."
Don't think it sounds like a terrible pain. Here, have you a nip of this? It'll fix you right up quick.
That ain't too bad.
An old family recipe. I made it myself.
I bet you did.
So, y'all is Polish?
That's right.
You're Polish, huh? Ain't that ironic? I got a light bulb back here that I can...
Change that light bulb for you.
Okay, after that was Frank and Toby. And that was really a breakout show for us, I thought. Yeah, y'all have memories of that show?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, I really enjoyed that.
Yeah?
Yeah, I really enjoyed Frank and Toby.
You played
Bubba Stein.
Bubba Stein. And Dotty, you played
I have no idea.
Martha.
Yeah.
Martha Lake.
Martha Lake. And y'all ran the Sleep Late Bed and Breakfast.
This is when you killed the people.
As luck would have it, Bubba Stein showed up. Oh, and your character was infatuated with Bubba Stein.
Well, I was beginning to worry that you had forgotten.
Good morning.
Oh, how do you do?
Are you all right?
Why, certainly. Welcome to the Sleep Late Bed and Breakfast. My name's Martha Lady. This is my sister.
Hey, ladies.
And I'm Toby T. Taylor. Say, is that one of them there home perms?
Absolutely not. My hair is naturally curly.
You kept playing with his hair.
Any particular scene from that show stick out in your mind?
I'll ask the question. Any particular scene from that show that stands out?
Yeah, Clayton dancing and bumping up against me.
Yeah, that was a good one. What about you, David?
Not right off.
Oh, man.
I try to block some of them out.
Now, so I can tell that y'all are having varying degrees of mental difficulty. So what we're going to do is we're going to let you play a game that's going to test your mental and psychic skills. Okay? So y'all come on back after the break. We're going to have Dave and Dotty playing a game. Don't y'all go nowhere. We'll be right back.
Ace is the place, I'll smack you in the face. You bring the hi-hat, I'll bring the bass. I like to yell for Junior at a NASCAR race. Ace is the place with your help hardware, folks. Nobody's getting out of this alive, so when your spouse or loved one dies, we'll make them pretty. Parsons Mortuary.
All right, everybody, we're back. And what we're going to do is we're going to play a game of Mind Flex Duel with Dave and Dotty. So here's what y'all are going to do. David, when I tell you, you're going to hit that round button, and you two are going to use your brain. You're trying to push that ball to the other side. Dotty, you're trying to push it towards David. David, you're trying to push it towards Dotty. Whoever uses their brain power to push it best will win. Whoever loses has to eat one of those jelly beans. All right? So, David, hit the button. It's calibrating. Hold on.
It'll come back to the middle.
It'll go back to the middle, and then y'all use your brain power to push it.
Player 2, check headset sensor.
All right. Now think. Push.
Go. Player 2, calibrating headset.
Oh.
Oh, hell no.
Player 2.
Keep pushing. We've never had this problem before.
No, he ain't even thinking. That ain't fair.
All right, we'll do it again.
Wins.
All right, push
Is
that.
that thing real?
Yeah, it's usually it's your brain activity is what it's monitoring.
She ain't got none.
Push that red button. Y'all do it again.
What red button?
That'll just be practice.
The button.
It's the real thing. That round button.
Let me take my earring off, because I can't get that little pincher on.
It's still going.
See, he wasn't even thinking.
All right, that's just one. All right, here's for all the marbles. Round 3.
Ready? Begin.
Oh my goodness. Oh. Oh, she's fighting back. Oh. Nip and tuck, give and take. Oh no, David's lights are all out. Oh!
Player 2.
She's just got more brain power than you, David.
I don't believe that.
You thought it was doing fine a while ago when I lost. Don't make that. Get one out there.
Oh no. Well, Dotty, I think you proved it once and for all, didn't you?
Yeah, I told you.
She's got a bigger brain than you, David.
She got a bigger head than I got.
I'm the brainy of the bunch.
All right, well, that was fun, huh?
Oh, yes, just a barrel of laughs.
So, Good Bad Toby, that was a fun show, too.
Yep.
Now, we had Harold was in it. But as I remember, see, what I had done, I took an old Toby show that was one of the popular shows that they used to do back in the day, and I kind of massaged it, rewrote it a little bit, trying to punch it up. And Dotty had just taken a job, and she was like, "Well, I can't be in it this year because I got this job." So I started, and there was 2 female characters in it, grown female characters. And what I had done was I wrote one of those characters out. So Alicia was the only adult female character in the show. And then I got about halfway written, and then Dotty said, "Oh, my schedule changed. I can do it now." So then I had to go back in and write a different character, and that was Broomhilda.
Oh.
Now, what do you remember about Broomhilda?
I don't know a thing she said.
Kenter, eggs.
Yes, ma'am. Why couldn't I have had brothers?
Good morning, my liebling.
You gotta leave me alone. But and then of course David's character had the hots for Broomhilda too.
Ich bin so froh, did you say it, Toby?
Likewise, I'm sure. What kind of zoo was she talking about?
No, she said she was happy to see you.
Huh, well.
So, did you have a girl back in Hornwall?
Oh, well, I did for a while, but then she kicked me out of the house and told me she didn't love me and married my best friend, so I let her go.
So how was your been meet the right one? Would you know whether or not you was in love?
Oh, heck yes. You know when it's love.
How would you know?
Well, you see, when it's real love, you start experiencing all this swelling.
Go on.
No, that's all there is to it. It's just a lot of swelling. Yeah. And then if it ever bursts, then you know you're in love.
Is that so?
Oh, yes. Like, say you look at a woman, and then you start experiencing all this swelling. And here, I'm talking about. And here.
Yeah.
And then if it swells and swells, and then if it ever bursts, well, then you know you're in love. Once it lets go, yeah, then you know you're in love. But if it just swells and swells and swells and swells for like 4 hours, then you go see a doctor right away.
And then after that, we did Star Wars.
Yeah.
And of course, that was one of my favorites.
Yeah.
Now, who did y'all play in Star Wars?
It's like Hillary Clinton, but that wasn't her name.
Leia.
Leia, but she was
Yeah.
Hillary too.
Yes.
Yeah.
And David, you played.
Han Solo.
Except you were the Mexican version.
Juan
Juan Solo.
Juan Bolo.
Juan Bolo.
Juan Bolo.
And of course, one of my favorite scenes from there was on the Drump Star.
Yeah.
When Dotty had this apron on. remember the rapping?
Yeah, we done the
Oh yeah, I never
Hamilton
could.
song.
Huh?
Was that the show we done the
yeah.
Hamilton song?
Yes.
Yeah, I never could get my part down hard.
How does a moron, buff and dumb as a doorknob baby,
Placed in a long, long time ago space,
In a galaxy far, far away. Go on the lightsaber fight from today. The mouth breather, gum breather, cousin kiss still. I got a lot fat about to eat this whole platter. By having no gray matter.
And every day my friends are getting smarter, working away and getting paid. He kept the cows fed and fixed him.
Inside, he was longing for something to get interested. My brother was ready to bag steel or move to Linden.
Then a tornado came. Ace flew away like a cow in Chester. He was something in the road.
A finger up his nostril connected it to his brain.
And he landed in Star Wars, and there he still remains. Well, the word got around. They said, this kid is insane, man. Hanging out with Jawas and some droids who are profane, man. Now Hilaria Leia has you running her campaign. And Galactic Council needs to know, what's your name, man?
Toby-Wan Kenobi's son. Toby-Wan Kenobi's son. And there's a lot of Star Wars I ain't won. But just you wait. Just you wait.
That he's in space, out of place, a disgrace to the human race. One mullow in the back, I have to punch them in the face.
in bread, eat wishing for some cornbread.
Drumpa gonna slice him like a loaf of Wonder Bread.
Yeah, your rhythm was a
little off.
suffering.
I'm not known for my singing.
But David, you were spot on every time. But we rehearsed that. Every rehearsal, the beginning of rehearsal, didn't we?
First thing you wrote.
Oh yeah, I wrote the whole show was based on that rap. I had to write the rap first because I thought I might have to make something rhyme, and I thought it'd be easier to write that in after I made it rhyme than try and make the rhyme abide by what was already written. And then after that was House on Haunted Hill.
House on Haunted Hill.
So that's our last show we all did together. House on Haunted Hill. I thought that was a great show too. I had a lot of fun with that show.
Mm-hmm.
So that was Bubba Stein again, wasn't it?
It was a kind of a sequel to Frank and Toby, except it was set in the darkest reaches of Perry County. But yeah, that show was dark and there was dancing. Oh, and you two again were coupling up.
Oh, that was a great one when he sent me off to the laboratory and he was dancing with Mary.
I saw her.
Yes, master?
Go get the table prepped and I need 2 female pointing or global organs. Stack!
Master, I thought only boys had those.
Hey, idiot! I'm off!
Yes, master.
Hang on. Send out the ball and chain.
We were saving the ball and chain for later in the evening.
I think the timing is perfect right now.
Yes, master.
The show started at the top with David Taylor's floating head, right? And there was so much spectacle. There's people appearing behind paintings. And I was like, we really, because every year it seems like we up the spectacle a little bit. You know, it seems like every year.
Good evening. My name is Victor Bubba Stein. Those of you from Parsons may remember me as a horde of you heathens with pitchforks and torches who ran me out of town some 4 years ago. But I hold no ill will towards you. In fact, this very night I'm having a party right here and you're all invited.
But where do you go from David Taylor's floating head to make bigger and better?
You'd have to get a picture of Burt Reynolds floating head.
Not right now.
He's legit dead now.
Yeah, he's gone.
Had to dig him up.
In his younger days.
He looked about like this fella.
Yeah, when he was on Gunsmoke.
Oh. He looked about like this.
Hey, that looks just like.
I was hoping nobody's.
Gail. That was Gail's head.
Yeah.
That was Gail's head. He got decapitated during that show.
Oh, yeah, it looks just like him. I had never noticed that.
Yeah.
Well, when we had them, we throw them around. So
We
probably
did.
still
We played
long
hot
enough to see
potato.
it.
We played hot potato with his head. Oh, me. But, boy, we have had some fun, haven't we?
We sure have.
Speaking of fun, what do you say we take another commercial break? And when we come back, I got another game for David and Dotty to play.
Cool.
All right?
Sounds good.
All right, so don't you go nowhere. We'll be right back with more fun with David and Dotty.
This is the dawning of the age of flower power. The age of flower power. Flower power. Flower power. Parsons Florist. Call Tubbs and Toby Advertising when you can't afford nothing else. We'll promote for food.
Woohoo! All right, y'all. We are back. Now, you guys were saying earlier how you're very competitive with one another. Who's the quicker out of the two of you? Okay. Well, what we got here, we got a game called Lightning Reaction. It's going to test and find out who the quicker one is. Okay, so what you're going to do is, you're going to, David, you're going to grab one of those controllers, and Dottie, you're going to grab the other controller. You hold it like this, and there's a button where the thumb goes. When y'all get your controllers, you push that button in the middle of the thing, and it'll start playing some music. Ding, 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 ding. And after a while, it'll go bang, and then y'all got to smash on your button. Whoever smashes first wins. Whoever smashes second loses.
So like musical chairs.
Kind of like musical chairs, yeah. Yeah, it's simple process. Okay.
Yep.
So y'all grab your controller. Dottie, hand David his controller.
I can't even get mine.
All right, now you can push it down. It's got suction cups on it. You can push it down on the table there. All right, and when it won't stick. All right, well, y'all just going to have to. Y'all rode together. You ain't got a social distance.
We're rough.
Yeah. All right, so, David, you got to hold it in your hand. Get your thumb over the thumb thing. Dottie, you do the same. Whenever y'all ready, push that big white button in the middle.
You ready?
Yeah.
And you'll know when it's time to hit the button.
I'll be dang. That thing shocks you.
Wait, it's 2 out of 3 now.
I don't want to win.
David, you gotta get a taste. I thought you didn't mind. That
Well,
was only level,
I didn't say it felt good though.
That was only level 2. We gotta go 2 out of 3 on this. All right, so whenever y'all
Put that thumb on that button. Who does it get, the loser or the winner?
The loser.
Oh.
Now they're getting competitive.
Did he get on 3 again?
No. One of them just didn't react.
David,
He didn't do nothing.
did you not push your button? See, you got to push the button.
I ain't pushing that button when you push it.
No, if you don't.
If I don't, it won't shock.
Yeah, it'll shock
No,
you.
it'll still shock.
If you
Well,
lose.
Yeah.
well, it did.
Well, try it again.
This is the game that me and Hunter played.
They have a way of ruining every game we play.
I think it worked.
Did it get you that time?
No, I just thought it down. I thought she beat me.
Now, come on, David, give it a good effort.
Cheat. This won't throw his heart out.
That's what I'm talking about.
No, it's not that big a shock.
No, it don't really hurt. It just,
You got to grab it, David.
it just stuns
Look
you.
how he's
I mean,
holding
you
it.
just,
I know, just barely hanging on his hand.
it just surprises you. I guess I lost again.
Y'all want to go to level 4?
No.
Yeah, let's go for it, big
Oh!
Let's go for it.
What I'm talking about.
You've won every time, so it wouldn't bother you.
All right, this is level 4.
You ready?
Yeah.
That's the max.
Huh?
I heard they still talking. I don't believe you that fast.
That's my
I believe this thing was set up.
I'm that fast. I'm that fast.
No, I don't think so.
I knew that'd be good.
I'm used to it.
Oh, man. Well, Marky, you got what ground have we not covered here?
What do you think's been the best experience you've had being in the Toby Show over the years?
Getting so close to everybody. They're just like family. I mean, really. And I love when the old timers come.
Yes.
I love that part. It makes you feel like you're back when they were doing it.
Same here.
Huh?
Same here, getting to know everybody. And
Well, we've had some fun, haven't we?
We've had some fun.
Just hours.
We've got aggravated at each other, but we get over it. I can truthfully say, though, the whole time that we did this, the only one time I got aggravated at you, and that was going with the wind, broke with the wind.
Oh, yeah.
And that show like got me, I'm telling you.
Oh, I know. I remember that rehearsal.
But that's the only show that I ever got aggravated.
Yeah. And it was like, it was the night, I mean, it was just a night or two before we opened.
It was dress rehearsal, wasn't it? Or
It may have
maybe
been
the night
final
before.
dress, but yeah, you went off and you meant for me to hear it. You said, well, I'm never doing this again. I'll guarantee you that.
That show like got me.
Well, and you know,
It wasn't all the lines, really.
You had a lot of lines, and you carried that show. I mean, it was a lot on you.
Well,
and to be honest, that was the show the year I moved here. And when I moved here, we did all this work over there, and it was like July 11th when we opened the digital factory, and we had to get rehearsing, and I hadn't started writing anything. So our first rehearsal, we had like 12 pages written, you know. So and so that script got to y'all later. Again, you bore the brunt of that because.
Well, too, I was used to the ones I was acting with, and I was acting with some different sometimes, and that kind of
That was Hunter and Brett's first show. Jenny
and George's
and George.
It just had me nervous because I knew rest of them I could depend on, because they just fill in something. If we get a line, they'll go do something.
Right.
And I was just nervous.
I've never done that.
David, we don't know what you are going to say.
I definitely got some tape of that, probably.
But yeah, that was my
you
most.
taped any of the shows you have?
Oh.
But for 99% of the time, we all have a good time.
Oh yeah. No, listen, I've never been. I've worked in a lot of theaters through the years, and to be 14 years in, and to have this original group still get along as well as we do, it doesn't happen. It doesn't happen. No, people get mad at each other and burn the bridges down, and they go and start their own theater and talk bad about the other person, and that's just normal.
No, I didn't say I didn't talk bad about you.
Well, no,
I'm kidding.
I don't expect that you did not.
I'm kidding.
I'm not one to think that I don't deserve it sometimes too.
No,
Because I know I can be a butthole.
I have a really good time. I really do.
But we have had a good time.
Yes,
I'm telling you, when I always complained when I came here. Well, I didn't complain. It was that first year when I got here and we had auditions, and Lacey was the only one that showed up. So then Judy, I was back in Nashville, and Judy Dotty said, "Oh, well, I'll get you a cast." And I was like, "Wait, what?" And then she said, about a week later, she said, "Okay, well, I got a cast for you." And in my head, I'm thinking, that ain't how it works. Somebody else doesn't just say, "All right, here's your cast." I'm the director. And I tell you, it's the best thing she's ever done in all her years of being city recorder, was putting you guys in my life. I don't know if it's the best thing for y'all. It's the best thing for me.
Well, even from the first time that we met you, you just seemed like part of us.
Oh, yeah.
Even though you was a foreigner, you still just fit in, just seemed like you was part of it.
Right.
Well, like I said, I always look forward to coming here and just...
Well, like Posey, she's grown up with us. I mean, she's just...
Oh, no,
like she's part of ours. I mean, she's our kid, too.
Oh, we talked about that when I interviewed her. I'm so happy that I'm able to raise her on a Toby stage and in Parsons. And she loves being, the Parsons part of her lineage. She loves being a Parsonian. And it's because of folks like you guys. We have had, I'm telling you, just all the hours of wasted rehearsal with us just sitting around and talking about nonsense. Because we've done a lot of that when we should have been rehearsing.
Yeah, but I think we're the type, if we done just nose to the grind the whole time, we wouldn't enjoy it. We enjoy it because we do have a good time and do get along, yeah.
Exactly. But, as the years went on, because I realized, if you're only rehearsing a half hour a night, well, no wonder nobody knows their lines when the show starts, right? So we've had to pull back, but we used to, seriously, we'd start playing Big Booty at 6, and at 6:45, we'd say, well, I guess we need to rehearse. 45 minutes just sitting around playing Big Booty. It was ridiculous.
But it was fun.
Oh, it was so much fun.
And it relaxed you, too, yeah. Huh? It relaxed you.
Oh, it does.
Yeah.
Because I know Dotty, God love you, you would work. You've had so many jobs while we've been doing this, and there were nights I saw you come in, and you've been working, standing on a concrete factory floor for 10, 12, 14 hours, I don't even know. And you would be exhausted. But we'd sit down and start playing that game, and I could see your energy level pick up, and we'd have a good rehearsal. And David, I know you'd sit in that truck driving around the park all day.
Even he knows how the job was.
I might have been riding on a lawnmower all day.
Riding on a lawnmower making up songs.
Yeah.
I can't tell you the number of times I've had seen, I got a voicemail, and it's David singing some silly song about monkeys in a tree. And well, I think we've covered a lot of ground here. And like I said, we've been saving this show for the last one because you always save the best for last.
No, they may not watch no more.
Well, they don't have to. This last one. But I'm so thankful y'all came. I'm so thankful to have you guys in my life. So glad that Judy put you in our show. And I love you guys. You're more than friends, you're family. And it's
amen.
Yeah. And couldn't ask for any better. Thank you guys so much for being a part of this.
Just that I love it, and I hope we get to do it next year. But
oh gosh, yes, yep.
I don't know.
Yep. Oh, God willing. we gotta get through with this stuff. We'll be right back with the conclusion of the Toby Show. Don't y'all go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Coming right back.
not Boaz, it's Boaz. We sell furniture, not clothes. We sell washers, not hose. Not Boaz, it's Boaz. Conveniently located in downtown Parsons. Don't go to Alabama.
All right, boy, that was a great interview, wasn't that, with Dave and Dotty?
Well, you never know what they're going to say, do you?
Oh my goodness, I'll tell you what. But they did so good. Oh, but I've got bad news. I'm sorry, but we run out of time, Mayor Bose. We will get you back on next year, maybe, whenever we do this show again. I'm so sorry. We just ran out of time. What are you going to do?
Do what?
How long you been there, Mayor Bose?
I've been here a while.
Well, I guess since you're here, we got a minute or two to talk to you. Thank you for being. How are you doing?
Well, it's good to be here, and I'm really doing good for the situation.
Well, Mayor Bose, this would have been our 14th year of Toby shows. 14 years. That's a long time.
That's amazing. Yeah,
it really is.
Time really gets away when you're having fun.
It really does.
It does.
Have you enjoyed having the Toby show?
Oh, Lord, yeah, I've been tickled to death.
Well, as part of the Toby show, I'd like to thank you and the city of Parsons for supporting the arts like you have for all these years.
Well, we would like to thank you for carrying it on.
Oh, well, shucks.
Carried on a very worthy cause, I think.
Well, I hope so. We're the last one, probably. Yeah. I can't imagine anybody else putting up a tent doing this, man.
Well, it's a challenge.
But don't we? We've got a good following here in town, don't we?
Do do. You hear a lot of people asking about it. If you're going to do it this year, and how everything was going, and we told them we was going to try to get back on. I understand we're going to get back online next year.
That's right.
If we get over this virus thing.
Get past the pandemic. So, tell me this. Now, you've attended almost all of our shows, haven't you? What was your favorite Toby show? Can you think?
I don't remember the name of the show, but I remember everybody's brain went somewhere else, and at the end of the show, they all wound up back the way they're supposed to be. What was the name of that show?
That was Frank and Toby, where all the brains were.
Okay, yeah, that was a good one.
That was a good one.
Yeah, I've enjoyed all of them.
Do you remember that first show?
It had a plot. I mean, that one had a plot to it.
Frank and Toby did.
Oh, yeah. The first one was just the vaudeville stuff and all, wasn't it? Yeah.
Because you went to the shows, the Bisbee shows, didn't you? Over there in the Granny's lot?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, what are your memories of that?
I remember I was a kid. That's about it.
That's about it?
No, I do remember, Rob and Boob Brassfield and all that bunch, but I don't remember a lot about it and all. My mama never would let me stay for the concert.
Oh, yeah.
The late one, they had more of a crusty show later on in the evening,
crusty.
And I had to.
I like that.
I had to, I had to go home.
Uh-huh.
But people back in those days, when they'd come to the Bisbee show, it was called then. I've talked to some of the people that would come into town, and they would, farmers and all. I've talked to several of them that would walk into town, and might be 10 miles from where they live, just to see the Bisbee show and all.
Right.
And of course,
well, there wasn't a lot of entertainment to get back then.
No, there wasn't. You didn't have any TVs and air conditioners. Didn't have, a bunch of cars. That's back in the good old days.
Those wooden chairs didn't seem nearly as uncomfortable back then, did they? That we're sitting in?
No, I guess there were bleachers in the back. I always would get to sit on the bleachers back in the back.
Uh-huh. How many people would come out to those shows?
I understand the tent. I didn't really remember it, but I've read where the tent would hold like 1,300 customers. But and they would come and stay from three days to a week, and then they would tear down and go to the next town, which they'd go to Linden from here, And but it was something every year. It was a big time thing.
Yeah.
Of course, like you say, there wasn't as many diversions back in those days as there is now.
That's true. That's
true.
Mayor Boaz, I'm glad we were able to get you out here for a few minutes. I know you're a busy man.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you for sitting back there in the green room for the past 3 weeks waiting for this.
We won't bill you for all that food you ate.
That's right. Our Funyuns and our Mountain Dews are all gone.
Okay.
But once again, I really do appreciate you as a mayor. I know. How long have you been mayor?
Too long.
18, 19 years? How long are you into your tenure?
Yeah, it's been about 18 so far.
18 years? Yeah. Well, I started coming here about 15 years ago for that first one, and I know this town has changed immensely under your leadership, and and you've done a fine job, and I appreciate your support in the arts.
Well, thank you for what you do. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
All right.
Well, let's have a big hand for Mayor Boaz. Hey, where'd he go?
He sure does move fast.
Just as mysteriously as he came, he's gone again.
I guess there must be some important business he's got to get to.
Well, he is the mayor of Parsons. There's always something pressing going on.
Yes.
Well, buddy, that's the end, I guess.
I know. I'm sad that it's over. You know, it's really been great spending these last 3 weeks talking to people who've been in our Toby shows before and reminiscing about all the things from the past. And it brings back things that I'd forgotten about that had happened or whatever. And I want to say that I am really thankful that you decided to move down here and be a Parsonian and stay with us and be part of this Toby show.
Well, you're too kind.
I don't.
But I know this.
Without you.
I know this. That if it weren't for you and your passion, and you've got it in spades, if it weren't for you and your passion, we wouldn't have any of this right now. So I want to thank you for being my friend and for, I don't know what got into you. I'm sure glad it did. Because this wouldn't have been possible. I mean, you know as well as I do. I didn't know anything about technical theater when we started coming down here, and you didn't either.
No.
The difference between me and you studied up and learned about it, didn't you?
I'm trying.
Bought all these lights, and look at all this equipment over here. This soundboard. I don't know how to run that thing. You got a computer over there. You're a triple threat because you can play keyboards too. I'm telling you, man, so much of what we do is because of you and your passion. And it's
and your leadership.
It's been a joy and a pleasure for me. And I don't feel like it's over. We got lots more to do.
No, I'm looking forward to the next 14 years.
Exactly. That's the great thing about theater is even though it's sad when it's over and it goes by real quick, by golly, we'll find something else to throw that energy and passion into in a minute, won't we?
That's right.
That's right. Speaking of which, we got all this fancy equipment now.
Yeah.
There may be another little project we got going on coming up. We won't say much about it now because we may run out of funds and not do it. Maybe we can provide y'all some other, there's lots of talented people around here.
Yep. We may have to find some new sponsors to come up with some more money.
Some new sponsors. Well, we may run off all of our old sponsors.
That's another reason to find new sponsors.
If you're interested in sponsoring any of our upcoming projects, please get in touch with us at Rivertime Players on Facebook.
There you go.
We'd love to talk to you. Oh no, but I think we got something that's going to be good.
I do too.
I think it's going to catch people off guard. And plus, we got this preset and all these cameras. We can't just let it go to waste, tear it down.
No.
There's other things we can do. We're going to do them.
That's right.
Well, Mark, I guess this is the grand finale.
What's a grand finale, Toby?
Well, that's where everybody at home goes, woo, finally. Now, So, if you've come to the Toby Show before, and I'm sure you have, because otherwise, why would you watch all this mess? we hardly ever end the show without doing 2 bits. One of those is I've been a shotta. It's always a treat.
Yes.
And the other thing we do that people like so much is that our spitting bit, where we spit all over each other. So what Mark has done is he's dug into the archives again, and he's found the first time we did I've been a shotta, and the first time we did the spitting bit. So what we're going to do on the way out is we're going to play those 2 bits, because the Toby Show wouldn't be over without it.
That's right.
So thank you all at home if you've watched this. If you haven't, then I won't thank you, because you wouldn't know anyway. But thank you all at home for going through this with us. We haven't forgot about you, and we hope you don't forget about us, because we're going to be back stronger than ever. Mark, you got any closing comments to the people at home?
Just hang on tight.
Hang on tight. We'll get off this ride one day.
That's
It
right.
can't go on forever. All right, so anyway, peace out. Enjoy these clips.
That new play we're working on.
You're doing what?
Rehearsing.
Don't you mean rehearsing?
No, this is our first time.
Well, what are you rehearsing?
Oh, it's a Italian tragedy. It's all in Italian.
What's it called?
I've been shotta.
That sounds Italian.
You don't know? Yeah. See, we want to get it real good, and then we're going to take it down to New Orleans to that showboat they got down there called the Cotton Blossom. Hey, since you're out here anyway, why don't you have a seat and give it a look-see for us? Tell us what you think.
I don't know, Toby. I'm really busy at the moment.
Oh, hey, thanks. All right, action!
I am the mama. I'll make a pasta for my son. My son love mama's pasta.
They certainly sound Italian.
Don't they know?
Hello, Mama. You are make a pasta for your son. I love a mama pasta.
I have a comma to kill your son. Banga! Banga!
I've been a shotta. Squirta. Squirta.
Your son has been a shot.
You were right, Mr. Darkhart. Oh my goodness. That was so much better. What do you think?
Still not right, Toby.
No? You know what? You're right. It's missing something. You know what I like personally to watch on TV? Personally, I like to watch beauty pageants on the television, and my favorite part of a beauty pageant is the talent portion. I think we need to do the whole thing like it's the talent portion of a beauty pageant. Prizes!
I am the mama. I make a pasta for my son. My son loves mama's pasta.
Oh, love my talent. I can talk backwards. Hello, Mama. You are a makeup pasta for your summer. I love a Mama's pasta.
To kill your thunder! Banga, banga!
I have a bit of shot of word it.
Oh, ring!
Tell him to do that third time. Give it a big hand. Oh, it's perfect. Perfect.
Ha ha ha!